How do you fix a trigger thumb? Well, first of all, you have to know if you have a trigger thumb. My name is Huang. I'm an occupational therapist and certified hand therapist, and I have been getting a lot of questions about trigger thumbs. So my patients are coming in and they just have thumb pain. They're like, my thumb hurts. I can't grab things every single time I go to grab something. My thumb hurts. I can't twist anything open when I wake up in the morning. I feel like my thumbs are cramped down and then I have to like pry to unlock them. They're like, do I have arthritis? And it's actually really easy to figure out whether you have trigger thumb or you don't have trigger thumb. And one of the ways that we're looking at whether you have it or not is just from clinical feel, right? So where people, this is how I teach my students inside my programs. So the tendon that gets caught ends up here, but what happens is it crosses all this way. So it starts in your forearm, crosses your wrist, comes across your thumb, and it crosses this joint. This is your thumb joint. This is your CMC joint. And then this is what they call your MP joint. And then this is what they call your IP joint. So you have three joints of the thumb. It's very similar to the finger. You have three joints. It just looks a little different because this sits right on top of your little wrist bones, right? So the tendon that comes, and this is a tendon that bends the little tip, right? So it starts in the middle of your forearm, crosses your wrist, crosses this MP knuckle, right? And then it ends right here above this crease line, right? And that's the tendon that allows you to bend the tip of your finger. Because it bends the tip of your finger, it also crosses and bends this knuckle and also crosses and bends this knuckle. And that's what allows you to bring your thumb across your hand, grab little things out of it. It's called fine motor coordination. Be able to grip, be able to open things, be able to have strength in your hands. So your thumb does 50% of the work of your hand. And when it hurts, you feel like you can't do anything, right? So how do you know that you have trigger thumb? Well, because of that tendon, we also have what's called a pulley system. And that pulley system holds a tendon down so that you can bend your thumb very effectively, right? What happens is there is an inflammation or a little bit of the fancy word tenosynovitis, and you have an inflammation of the sheath that goes around the tendon. And after a while, it develops like this ball, this knot of inflammation. And every single time you bend it, that ball goes down through that pulley system, and every single time you open your thumb, it has to pop back out. So every single time you go like this, do I hear it still? Does it still hurt? You are putting that ball up and down through that pulley system, causing more friction, and more friction. So that's how you know that you have trigger thumb. So if you know that you have trigger thumb, one of the things that you can do to help yourself to not make it worse, like how do you fix it, is first of all, not constantly do this, right? Because it irritates it more, right? So that's one way of fixing it. The other way we like to fix it is through massage, right? So you can massage it. You can go across that, not as fast as I'm showing you, but there's a way of doing it so that it's like easier and better. But basically, if you're just trying to affect that because you hear the clicking and the popping, right? If you hear the clicking and the popping and it catches and then it has to release, one of the things that you could do is massage it. I personally love to teach my patients how to ice massage it. And so you get a frozen bottle of water. Well, you get a bottle of water, you freeze it and it becomes a frozen bottle of water, and then you can massage it and ice it all at the same time, and it really helps. But that's the second way you can fix it. And the third way you can fix it is to wear a splint to stop it from constantly going and catching onto that pulley system, right? If you're wearing the wrong splint, you're not going to fix it. So I might have to do a whole nother video on what splint to wear, because Majority of the time people come in and they tell me that they've tried other things before coming into me and they're using the wrong splints. But one of the things that you want to do is stop it from constantly going like this. And one of the best things to do is wear a splint that covers a certain part of your thumb depending on where you're triggering and how you're triggering. And this is why it's so important to go to an occupational therapist or a certified hand therapist who can help you figure out where exactly you're triggering, what caused it in the first place, and then that way you can fix it even better and faster. Now, can you do some stuff on your own? Absolutely. Stop it from moving so you're not constantly going like this. Ice massage it so it can reduce the pain and the inflammation, and then of course wearing a splint so that you can stop it from constantly doing it, right? It does take a little bit of time, but you can get ahead of the game if you start to notice that you have what we call a trigger thumb, and either one, start doing some stuff on by yourself, or two, even better, is that you can go to an occupational therapist or a certified hand therapist. They can help you get clear on what you need to do so that you can fix it yourself. Therapy works really, really well when, you know, whoever we're working with they're committed to doing the same thing that we're showing them to do. So it doesn't have to take a long time. It just, you need to work on the right things in the right order in order to get the best possible results. And you want to do that because you don't want, if you're looking to avoid injections and surgery, it's the best thing, right? First step of attack is going to a really great therapist who can help you. I hope this video helps you, and I'm going to make another video to talk about the different types of splints that you could use to help fix your trigger thumb. All right. My name is Huang. I'm an occupational therapist and certified hand therapist here at Hands On Therapy Services in Miami. If you're suffering with a trigger thumb and you want some answers, give us a call here at the clinic.